Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick update about what's going on with my channel and me. So Lauren and I were traveling through Colorado, and actually when we left Beaver, Oklahoma, we were headed to Great Sand Dunes National Resort, and her camper ended up breaking down in Clayton, New Mexico. Right before Clayton, but like in the middle of nowhere. There's like cornfields and I don't know what the other field was. But so while we were waiting, because it was Sunday night, they said that they couldn't send anyone out, so we ended up getting stuck there for like 2 days. And I was like, oh well, I mean, we're sitting by this roadside in the middle of nowhere, let me practice my drone. So I practiced for a couple minutes. It's so hard. Oh my goodness, it's so hard. I even watched YouTube videos on how to do it. It's so hard. And I crashed it into a cornfield. And then I like went running through this field. There was like a little field before the cornfield. So I had to break into this gate, run into the cornfield, try to find my drone. And luckily the corn was like maybe waist high, but so I was like searching, and I'm guessing they had just watered the cornfield because I was like slipping everywhere, and I was like, oh my god. And I got my drone on sale, so it was $99, and that was like the drone, the drone, the camera, and then I bought some extra accessories for it. But so I was like, $100 is, you know, when you're traveling and living in a van and stuff, it's like a big chunk. So I found my drone, and then I haven't been able to practice it because then when we got to Great Sand Dunes, it was extremely windy. And so I was like, oh, we'll practice when we get to Colorado Springs. So we got to Colorado Springs. It was still windy, and those videos will be coming, so I know you're excited. But so then we got to Denver. Let me tell you about Denver. So we get to Denver. The first day we're there, we decided to go. We stopped at this little park, and we decided to take the dogs for a walk down by the river. I come back like an hour later. It was a little after 1, and my cat is missing. Mies decided he wanted to go outside too, and he was able to shimmy himself through one of those little pop-out windows. So then I had to find my cat, and I'm trying to stay calm because he likes to get out. Usually he follows us around, but I'm guessing because we weren't there, he didn't know what to do. So I'm looking around, I can't find him, asking people in the park, Lauren's looking, and then I get to, I talked to this homeless guy, and he's like, oh yeah, I saw that cat. He's like, he was going up the ramp, there's like a sidewalk ramp to where the highway was, and he's like, he was coming up here, and I said, you don't want none of this, buddy, and I chased him back down the ramp, which I was grateful because I don't want my cat up on the freeway. So for like almost 5 hours later, I had called, Lauren had talked to the police. I had called the microchip, because he's microchipped. I called them and alerted them that I found him, which I still haven't called them back. Ooh, sorry. Or that he was lost, and I still gotta call him back that I found him. But, so then I had not given up, but I was like, I'm just gonna sit in my van, wait till it gets darker and everything calms down. So Tatum poops because she poops every single time I take her out. She's cray-cray. So I go to throw in the dumpster, and I'm just like looking around, and I'm just like, ugh. And I gave out one last little mees because he likes this high pitched, like he usually comes when I do that. Then I hear just like he just did. What? Hi, baby. I'm talking about you. I know. Oh, my heart. Anyways, that was not, that was all. Oh, God, I love that guy. Anyways, so I'm freaking out at this point. I'm like, oh, my God. I hear him. It sounds like he's on the other side of that wall to the freeway. So I'm like, Lauren. She was in her truck about to go get some food. And I run over there and I take her the dogs. And I was like, can you watch the dogs? I hear Mies. So I take off running. I haven't been running in forever. Let me just say that. Also, not wearing the right stuff for running. So I'm like running, trying to run. I run partway up this ramp. I start climbing the wall to the barrier wall. There was like a handrail. And so I start climbing that. I'm like, Mies. He ain't over there. So then I go down, and there's these dumpsters, and I'm looking in the dumpsters, and I hear him again, and it sounds like he's in the dumpster. And I was like, oh my God, if he's in the dumpster, like, what am I supposed to do? Like, why isn't he getting out of the dumpster? Like, something must be wrong. So I'm freaking out. Then this couple comes walking by, and they're like, is everything okay? I was like, my cat got out. I was explaining the story, and he's like, oh, I heard a cat. And so they're helping me look. I'm going freaking crazy. It sounds like he's in the wall. Like, in the wall. And I'm like, oh my God, my baby. Oh, how'd he get in the wall? Like, yeah. At least this is how it all is inside. Like, Lauren's like, you're handling this really well. And I'm like, ugh. But anyways, so then we're getting closer and closer, and I'm like, oh my God. There's this, like, you know those, like, sawhorse things that you can, like, prop up and, like, cut stuff on? And, well, there's one of those, but, like, with the reflectors for construction work. It's flat, and it's leaning up against the wall. And then behind that is a piece of cardboard. This thing is, like, flat against the wall. So I, like, peek behind the cardboard. Mies is, like, sandwiched up against the wall. He's like, meow, meow. Oh my God. So I picked him up, and he's, like, holding on. And I'm just like, well, I'm like, thank you so much for helping me, telling these people. So Mies is safe and back in the van. Unfortunately, I guess from it being so, this is why I had to leave. It was like 100-something degrees in Denver. Like, Colorado is beautiful, but it is the one state that caught me off guard completely. Like, it was so freaking hot. I got sunburned down in when I went down in Great Sand Dunes, going up to the waterfall. It was just hot. It was hot. I didn't want to walk the dogs out in because the ground was hot. It was dry. They're panting. Tatum's nose was cracking a little because how dry it was. I tried putting chapstick on it. She licked it off. Then anyways, yeah. So Mies being out in the heat, like all his little paws, like all his little baby little buttons, little beans have blisters on them and they're burnt. So I've been keeping an eye on those, checking those, like making sure he's okay. But I might have to take him to the vet if they start to get infected or anything. Right now they're okay. I'm like watching them and like trying to like, you know, keep an eye on them for him. Anyways, so that night I found my cat. Then I go to see my friend Amber, who was in the Air Force. She's retired. And so I told her I felt so bad. She wanted to have dinner on Friday with one of our other friends, our Army friends. And I messaged her and I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be a dick, but I cannot do this. Like, it is too hot. I live in a van. Like, it's too hot. So, yeah. So, anyways, I go there, see her. I met her husband finally, and her kids, super cute kids. Yeah, so it was good. It was nice seeing her. We stayed there for about 2 hours. I felt bad because it was like 9:30 at night when I showed up. It was like 11 something when I left. but her family's cool, so hopefully they didn't mind. But yeah, so she understood like why I had to leave. So then I drove. I was like, I'm just gonna drive up to Idaho. I need to get out of this heat. I need to like be somewhere cool. Like, I used to like the dry heat, but now I'm just like, oh, I can't do this. So I drove up to Idaho. I stopped 1 or 2 places in Wyoming to take pictures. Let me just tell you now, I figured it was going to be pretty up here. It is freaking beautiful. Like, Wyoming and Idaho they also caught me off guard. I will say that. Colorado caught me off guard because of the heat, which everyone kept saying, oh, you know, it's never been this hot. Global warming, thank you. But so I like driving through Wyoming and Idaho. Now, I'm not a very like emotional person as far. I would say like I'm pretty good at hiding my emotions, you know. I don't get as crazy as I used to. But anyways, so when people say, oh, I looked at this like this landscape or this and that and it was so beautiful, I started to cry, whoa. And I'm like, okay, like, you know. But I was driving and I was like, oh my god, like I didn't cry, but I was like, oh my god, this is like the most beautiful place I've ever seen. And I've traveled a lot of it, a bunch of places in Europe and India, you know, all over the US now. This, like, I was like, oh my god, like, amazed, just amazed. So right now I'm in Idaho Falls. Today's my 2nd day being here, and so I've been doing some stuff here. Also, I have some homework for my master's, so I'm trying to work on that too. But it's getting there. But I had to buy a new camera, which I'm recording on. It's about to be 4th of July, and there's people, like, those firework things set up in, like, the parking lots of Walmarts and, like, everywhere. Every once in a while, they just keep doing off fireworks, like, hey. Like that. But luckily, my dogs are pretty good with that, so. But anyways. And I can sleep through almost anything, so I guess, whatever. I lost my... Oh, so... tomorrow I'm going to head up to Mesa Falls. There's 2 waterfalls up there. I'm going to go up there and see. And then I'm going to be heading into Yellowstone, which I'm really excited about. My mom and brother have been. My aunt's been. So I'm excited to go spend some time there. And then my friend Erin is coming there. Actually, she messaged me the other day and was like, oh my god, are you gonna be here, blah? And I was like, yeah. So we're gonna meet up, and then Lauren's coming up after her camper gets fixed, and she's spending some time with one of her friends in Denver. It's easier for her because she has a little dog, and yeah, I have 2 big dogs and a cat, so but anyway, so Erin and Lauren and I are going to hang out for a minute, and then Montana and back east, kind of, like weaving my way through. I don't know. I was going to go to the South or North Pacific Northwest, but I'm just all over the place. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, so that's my little update video. Super excited. I hope you guys are enjoying my videos. I've been getting a little bit of feedback from people. So that's exciting. And I'm up to like 654 subscribers, which unfortunately not all of them are watching my videos, but that's how it goes sometimes. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah. Alright, you guys have a great day. Did I turn it off?